What is up here, YouTube? Jigsaw0097 here today. I'm going to just make a video because I want to address the Eagles as a whole. And I just want to kind of explain to a lot of you fans out there that don't seem to get it yet. This isn't going to be really like a negative video towards you. I'm just kind of explaining the way it is. And I'm being realistic. I try to be a more positive Eagles fan on here. I'm not one of those guys that's going to go out and say trade Wentz or all this garbage that I see, Jake Elliott sucks, get rid of him, like, all this crap I've been seeing, and I'm just like, really, guys? Really? This video is more about the creeping feeling that I've been having all season, and I just kind of want to let the Eagles fans that are, like, really still positive right now just kind of get a reality check here, okay? First of all, this right here, this is a Blu-ray celebrating the Eagles' Super Bowl victory last season, Super Bowl 52. But we are now in the 2018 season where nothing matters anymore about that season. And Super Bowl hangovers are real, guys. This is something that I feared the Eagles would go through. One of the biggest telling points was when they lost Frank Reich. I knew at the moment it happened that was going to be a big factor. Also losing John DeFilippo to the Vikings. That was not good either. And then the Eagles started losing piece after piece. Bo Allen goes to the Bucs. Vinny Curry goes to the Bucs. Torrey Smith, who freaking led the parade today to bring the Panthers back to win, goes to Carolina. Patrick Robinson goes to the Saints. LeGarrette Blount goes to the Lions. Stuff like this, The Eagles have lost more than you think, and they're not as good as you think they are. I'm going to say it right now, the title of the video. The Eagles are who we thought they are, and even further, they are who we feared they were. They are a Super Bowl hangover team. They cannot clutch a win. They've had the Titans now, the Bucs, the Vikings, and now this Carolina game. The Eagles cannot win when they have to win. They can only beat up on the crappy teams like the Giants. Let's just hope we can play the Giants 16 weeks in a row, right, guys? But the fact of the matter is these are all games that the Eagles should and could have won. Especially this new one. This is a really, really embarrassing loss, guys. Like, I don't even know how to explain this to people. I've got friends at work that come up to me all the time just trying to rag on my team. And I got no excuses this week, guys. I'm just going to eat it. I'm going to sit there and just take their hate. Because they're right. This team is an embarrassment. You got Jalen Mills wagging his finger all the time. I mean, a dude could put up 500 yards on the guy. He'd be over there wagging his finger. I'm going to agree with Desert Eagle here. Someone needs to chop that finger off and, like, throw it into the river or something. I'm sick of seeing it. Jalen Mills he was one of my favorite players. One of the best surprises of the Eagles last season. But now he's a liability. And really, a lot of this goes down to Jim Schwartz. I'm calling him out hardcore. Jim Schwartz, make some freaking adjustments. I'm so tired of watching this team fail when you have a guy like Rasul Douglas sitting on the sideline who makes plays every time he's in the game. You keep putting Jalen Mills on the freaking cornerback, getting fried by double moves. Howie Roseman is another problem here, too, refusing to do anything to address this Eagles situation. I'm starting to think, though, if it'd even be worth it at this point, because we're already pretty much halfway through the year. And would it even be worth bringing in a guy, unless his contract was at least another 2 years, maybe possibly 3. But you can't bring in a guy on a 1-year deal. As far as renting Le'Veon Bell at this point, I don't think that's the answer, because you're going to give up far too much, and the Eagles are probably still going to lose, because this team just has no answers right now. This game proved it, guys. This Panthers game, you can't have a better game. Carson Wentz had an 81% completion rate. He had like 37 of 30. Just ridiculous. And they still lost. And then I see people blaming this on Wentz. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? He did make some questionable decisions at the end of that game. Whatever. That happens. I mean, look at the Seahawks, the way that they lost in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. It sucks that happens, but that is kind of the NFL. People make stupid decisions when they're under pressure. But that in no way means that Wentz is a bad quarterback or we should trade him or we should bench him for Foles. I love Foles. I would have loved to see Foles just play this season out. But now that Wentz is in there, you can't just take the guy out. And he is the future. So you got to give him these reps. It's only going to make him better. But I am seeing a lot of Indy right now in the Eagles, back when Andrew Luck was getting creamed. I really do worry for Wentz, guys. I worry that, one, the fan base is not appreciating him. I don't even know why he'd want to be in Philadelphia at this point. These fans are horrible. Having the Eagles win the Super Bowl has given me so much perspective on how ungratefully maggot-ridden, just disgusting some of you can be with regards to this team. It's like, no wonder other teams hate us. I mean, really, Jason Kelsey's right. They do hate us. We don't care, but they do hate us. And so, I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the season, guys. I'm going to keep making videos, obviously, and I'm going to keep talking about the team. I'm going to try to be as real with you as possible from here on out, though. Because right now, like I said, the title of the video, the Eagles are who they thought they were. For me, they are who I feared they were. And that was a Super Bowl hangover team. I didn't think that they were going to make a huge splash this year. Like, I definitely thought they were going to be better than they are now, especially looking at these losses. I mean, come on. The Bucs game, I was like, that's a gimme. Playing the Titans, that was another one. That should have been a gimme. The Vikings in Philadelphia, too, I mean, that should have been a win. This Panthers game was a win. I mean, before going in, I didn't know if it'd be a win because I don't think the Panthers are a bad team. I think they're pretty mediocre. They're about the same level as the Eagles. The Panthers are. They make mistakes just like we do. But to be up 17-0 and to have 21 unanswered points, that's just, it's inexcusable, guys. This is probably a worse loss than the Titans game. This is really, really bad, because at least the Titans game was on the road. I mean, you can't excuse 4 and 10, but I mean, there's like ways to rationalize that. This game had everything going for the Eagles. I mean, Carson Wentz, if they had won this game, this is what really pisses me off about the Philadelphia fans. If they had won this game, people would be singing Carson Wentz's praise right now. They would be showing his stats, like I said, 81%. They'd be literally just singing his praise and saying, "Oh, he's Rocky Balboa. He's a Philadelphia legend." But because we lost, the narrative is different. You see what I'm getting at, guys? This is why you gotta keep a level head. You gotta be realistic. The Eagles are what we thought they are. I mean, they're not that good of a team this year, if I'm being honest. I mean, the division is so bad that they can still make a push, but I'm just not going to get my blood pressure up anymore over this team. I'm just going to watch them week to week. I kind of said this a couple weeks ago because I had this feeling all year. Watching them beat the Falcons, I was like, okay, that's a good win. But then when they lost to the Bucs, the way they lost, they just don't have it. Like, if you look at the way they play, they don't have the passion. I don't see it this year. They're just kind of going through the motions. Doug Peterson looks like a dope on the sideline. You got Jim Schwartz, who won't make adjustments. I don't even know who our offensive coordinator is. Mike Groh, the guy that freaking had the 4-12 season with the Rams. I mean, it's like, look at this team. It's not the same. It's really not. And it's crazy to think that's how this league is, because we had the Super Bowl just back in February, but that's just the reality, guys. It's the reality. So I wanted to make this video to have a heart-to-heart with Eagles fans. You know, shout out to the amazing ones out there. Joey Shakes, Desert Eagle, Adrian Fedq, you know, Philly 500. You guys are all great. I love watching your stuff. Hated Darius, I think that's his YouTube name. He changes it all the time. YT Darius, whatever his name is, Darius. He's a good one that I like, you know. But, you know, it's just when you go on Twitter and Facebook, you get all these, frankly, I'm just going to say it, moronic, idiotic fans. I mean, I don't even know what they are anymore. The Eagles have won, so I know we have, like, the bandwagon factor these days, but it's like, some of these fans, too, like still EDP, I can't give him credit. I mean, I know he's been getting a lot more favor lately with the Eagles, but that dude is just too negative. I'm sorry. It's like that dude needs to find a hobby. He needs to do something else with his life because, I mean, he's going to die. He's going to have a heart attack in one of these videos because he gets way overworked about this. And he's really negative. I mean, the Eagle, I saw a video that he did recently where he was like wiping his butt with merch and stuff. I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I don't know, Eagles Nation. We got a divided fan base right now. We got a team that has no identity. So like I said, I just want to have a heart-to-heart with you guys. Maybe get your opinions. You guys can comment down below. I'd love to hear from y'all. But I just don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't have any expectations for this team anymore. I just don't. I mean, everyone's saying that this Jacksonville game is key. It really is, and I'll make a video about that as we lead up to it. If they lose this Jacksonville game, it's over, guys. I'm going to call it. It's done. The most you can hope for is either a wild card or the fact that your division just is so bad that you get in with like a 9-7 record, you know. I really think 9-7, 10-6, that's this team's ceiling this year. Like, I can't see them doing better than that. And that's being generous. This really is like a 6-10 team right now. When it shouldn't be. That's the worst part. They have the talent. It's just the coaching staff refuses to make changes. They refuse to. I think that's what the Super Bowl hangover comes in, is where they won the Super Bowl and the arrogance. I mean, Doug Peterson said today in his press conference that there's no pressure. Just go out and have fun. It's like, what is that, Doug? What the hell is that? Obviously, that sounds great when you're winning last year, but this year, no. You got to be bad, Dougie. Got to get in there and yell at them. Tell Jalen Mills if he freaking waves his finger one more time, you're going to break it off and shove it up his ass. That's what I want to hear you say. So, I don't know. I just don't know, guys. But that's kind of the video. Whatever you guys think, like I said, comment down below. I appreciate all the support on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll be making videos in the future for you guys. Like I said, you know, I'm just going to kind of go week to week with this Eagles team. And we'll see what happens. I mean, we still got a lot of football to play. We're at the half point, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the Eagles, guys, especially with this NFC. This NFC is loaded right now, and they're just not making a convincing case that they're a contender. I'm going to that game in LA, and I don't even know what that's going to be anymore. That might not mean anything. Like, the Rams might be so far ahead in the NFC, and the Eagles might be like 2 or 3 games behind Redskins or whatever. Washington won tonight, so if the Eagles lose to Jacksonville and the Washington wins, then like that's like 2 games ahead. So it's like you're creating a deficit here now. The division is starting to break off, as bad as it is. It's like eventually one of the teams is going to get away. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. But thank you so much for watching. This has been Jigsaw0097. I will talk to you all later.